I want to walk through, throughout the rest of today's show, a tour through three prominent Republicans and their stance on Russia's invasion of Ukraine. If you're watching this in YouTube segment form, obviously this video is Marjorie Greene. You can go find the other videos on DeSantis and then Trump that we'll talk about next. But Marjorie Greene first recently said about Russia's invasion of Ukraine, "What I've never seen," this is Marjorie Greene speaking, and then I'll show you the video, "Putin actually show in any detail his plans to invade Europe. I've never seen Putin actually show in any detail his plans to invade Europe." What on earth she's talking about? And I know you're wondering, oh, there's probably some context there that you're leaving out. I'm going to show you the video. When Russia doesn't have to show you details of invading Europe. They're invading Europe now. Putin's invading Ukraine. Does she not know that Ukraine's in Europe? Take a look.
That's the whole point, that we're over there in Ukraine is ridiculous. We're propping up their government, paying for Zelensky's salary, the people's retirement over there and their entire government, keeping the lights on. We're paying for a war, a proxy war with Russia, when I've never seen Putin actually show in any detail his plans to invade Europe. No one has shown me that. So I don't believe the lies that I'm being told about this, but we have a real war that has been declared on America, and they're killing over 300 people a day. And that's being waged by the Mexican cartels, not the Mexican government, but the Mexican cartels that is basically running our border and obviously controlling their country.
It is stunning because, and I'll address what I guess the most charitable interpretation of what she said would be. But to say I haven't seen Putin show any details of wanting to invade Europe when he's invading Europe right now. That's what's going on in front of our eyes right now. And again, I say, does she not know Ukraine's part of Europe? Now, the uber good faith interpretation would be to say she means more of Europe. She means beyond Ukraine. But see, this kind of gives you a sense of the attitude among many towards Ukraine. They don't see it as valuable as another country that Russia would possibly move on to next. And they don't understand the long-term ramifications of setting a precedent that the world will not stand for this type of aggression. The world will not stand for this type of violation of another country's sovereignty, and will assist in the defense of a country when that happens. And to think that you are on the side of peace by wanting to step away from Ukraine in this situation is absurd. Thinking that Russia would perceive the action of the United States not supporting Ukraine as much in this situation as an indication or a motivation to be more peaceful. When they're invading Ukraine now, and we are supporting Ukraine, if we stop supporting Ukraine, they would feel emboldened. They would want to be more aggressive and feel like they have a better chance of being successful in this type of endeavor. That would be more disastrous. That would be more destabilizing. But in the name of preventing World War III, which again is not what they're doing, they justify standing or stepping away from supporting Ukraine. And let me be clear, and I'll keep saying this every time we talk about the subject, because I don't want you to kind of misinterpret what I'm saying. It's not that we can't have good faith conversations about how much do we support, what type of support, do we think this type of military aid would escalate the situation, that you can have a good faith discussion. How long would we support, how much, all that. Okay. That's different than what she's doing and what others that we'll look at today are doing. They're lying or heavily misunderstanding and then miscommunicating the reality of the situation and trying to create this narrative that it's the United States really driving this. And again, we'll see more of this later. And it's Biden's fault that nuclear war is more likely than it's been in a long time. And so many dishonest narratives that just aren't attached to reality. And what they're trying to do is justify us leaving Ukraine out on their own in this situation. And if you want to talk about the specifics of support, that's great. I happen to be on the side of a lot of support. I think what the United States has been doing so far has been good. What Biden's been doing so far has been good. But you can have your discussions without being dishonest about the reality of the situation and misdepicting what's going on here. And it's not the Biden administration escalating this. It's Putin. Putin could end the invasion today, but he's not. And Marjorie Greene seems to have no understanding of that, can't even fathom that Ukraine is a part of Europe, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get the full bonus show every single Saturday, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley. Link in the description.